Welcome. Today we'll be making multi-cooker beef shank borscht with herbed yogurt. I'm Chef Jim, and you're watching Publix Aprons Cooking School online. So borscht is a traditional Eastern European beet stew made with beef and sometimes pork. Today we're going to be using beef shank, which is the cross cut of the cow leg. We're going to be using a multi-cooker to cook this. I've got some green cabbage here that we're going to add. I'm going to cut that in half right down through the middle. And then to clean it, I'll just make a little cut and remove the core like so. We'll give that a couple more cuts. What we're looking for is large chunks. Okay? Into the multi-cooker they go. Next we've got a yellow onion. And I'm just going to remove the top and the bottom. I like to cut it in half right down through the middle. Makes it easier to peel. And again, we're looking for large chunks. So I'll give it a cut down through the middle and maybe 3 or 4 cuts like that. Okay, and then in it goes. Now, since we're going to be using beets, I'm going to go ahead and put some gloves on because they can get a little messy and stain my fingers. But before I cut the beets, I'm going to go ahead and cut the meat. Like I said, we're using beef shank. So this is a cut of meat that typically would require a long cook time, but since we're using the multi-cooker, we won't have to do that. I'm going to remove the bone, add that in, and then we're going to cut the meat into about 1-inch cubes. It's good to have a nice sharp knife for this. So once our beef is cut, we'll add it to the multi-cooker. And then we're ready to clean our beets. So for the beets, I like to remove the stem and the root end first. And then you can go ahead and peel them. You can either use a paring knife, or if you like to use a vegetable peeler, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, once they're peeled, I'll go ahead and discard the skin. And we're going to get a nice medium dice out of these. So I'll go ahead and cut them in half, make a couple cuts through. Okay, once the beets are cut, I'll go ahead and add them into the multi-cooker. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean up and get the rest of the ingredients. We're ready to add the rest of the ingredients for our borscht. I've got a little smoked paprika, a little herbe de Provence, classic French seasoning blend, a generous amount of salt and pepper, always fresh ground, right? A little garlic paste, a roasted garlic bouillon. This is like a concentrated flavoring paste. Smells just like roasted garlic. It's great stuff. And a little roasted beef bouillon, same type of thing. Those are our flavorings and seasonings for the borscht. And we're going to add a little malt vinegar, about a 1/4 cup, and some beef stock. We're going to add a whole quart to this. Okay, now that all of our ingredients have been added, we can go ahead and place the top on our multi-cooker and turn it on. I'm going to give that a twist to lock it in place so it'll build up pressure. And I'm going to adjust the setting to meat. And 50 minutes of cook time, and it's ready to go. While that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get our ingredients for our yogurt, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're going to make a little herbed yogurt to accompany our borscht. I'm going to start with about a cup of Greek yogurt. And to that, we're gonna add some fresh thyme and some fresh dill. On the dill, I'm just picking the leaves from the stems here. It's real easy. The thyme, I just kind of pinch the stem and pull the leaves off just like so. And then we'll give them a little chop. When I'm chopping herbs, I like to put one hand on top of the knife and just kind of run through them a little. And then we'll add that right into our yogurt. We're also going to add a little garlic paste and a little Greek style seasoning. Then we're going to add a little extra virgin olive oil, just a couple tablespoons. And I'll just whisk that to combine. You can make this ahead of time and refrigerate it. Give the flavors a little time to develop. We're gonna go ahead and set this aside. I'm gonna clean up a bit, grab some plates, and by that time our borscht will be done cooking and we can go ahead and eat. Okay, so it looks like our borscht is done cooking. At this time, we could just go ahead and let the multi-cooker depressurize automatically, which takes about 10 minutes. Or we can do a quick release and we can be eating in just a couple minutes. All we're gonna do is turn this a little to the side and let the steam escape. So once the pressure is released from the multi-cooker, we can go ahead and take the top off and serve this. So I'm just gonna give it a little turn and remove. Wow, I'll tell you, the whole kitchen just filled up with the best aromas. Boy, this is beautiful. Nice big chunks of beef and beets, cabbage in there. We'll garnish with a little bit of our herbed yogurt. A little dollop right in the middle. All right, so we reserved a few sprigs of dill that we're gonna use for garnish. I'll just drop them right on top. Makes it look nice, right? Let's give it a try. Boy, oh boy, is that good. What rich, complex flavors we have here. This is just an amazing borscht. The beef just literally melts in your mouth, and I love the creamy yogurt that just kind of makes everything come together. This is an awesome, easy to make, home-style dish that tastes like we spent all day in the kitchen when we really didn't, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, click the link below for this full recipe. Subscribe to the Publix YouTube channel, and check out the Aprons Cooking School online playlist for more from our chefs. Enjoy!